I can't promise you'll feel better after this, but I guarantee we'll talk about it, we'll laugh about it, and we'll go on with our day. So I recommend grabbing your favorite drink, grab your smokes, and let's hash this shit out. This is Talking at You, Season 2. Okay, y'all. It's Rob here, talking at you. And, I'm all kinds of 4th of July, America. America. And, I just can't help myself. It's like, I'm vaccinated. My whole family's vaccinated. The only one's not vaccinated is my toddler. There's a lot of people out there that say the vaccination, this and that, whatever. It's gonna, whatever. It's gonna change you. It's gonna... I don't know. There's a fucking bunch of retards out there. I don't even care. I'm gonna say retards because that's the way it is. It's like you're retarded. It's a vaccine. That's all it is. That's all there is to it. You get it just like every other vaccine you've had in your childhood. No one ever questioned it. You just do it. It changes you when you get the vaccine. Like the way I think now, it's like I got the vaccine and I have never felt better in my life. I feel great. I feel healthy. I feel awesome. And I can walk around. I got my normal. I don't got to care what other people do because I got my vaccine. So it's like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. They didn't implant me with a chip. They didn't give me some like super virus that's going to like kill me in whatever years. It's like, it's just dumb. If you want to think that, then have at her. It's a free country. Do what you got to do. But if you want to take that chance, that's fine. I got it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Either way, I still get to move on with life. And that's the way it is. If you didn't get it and it ends up being real, you're probably going to either have horrible complications in life or you're going to die. Or you're going to kill your children. I don't know. Maybe you won't. Maybe everything is just a big old lie and we all just will move on in life. But either way, can you take that chance? Can you really take that chance? It's like, I got the vaccine and maybe, I don't know. What's the worst case scenario? They can track me now. I don't think that's any different than me carrying around my phone all day. Because that phone is much worse than what they can put in my body. So if you want to go online and tell me about how bad my vaccine was, you're already doing the worst thing you can do if you don't want to be tracked. If you don't want to be tracked, you don't go online. You just cut yourself off from everything digital. And can you do that? No, you probably can't because you don't have the willpower. You're weak and you can't do it. So if you can't do that, you might as well get the vaccine because you already have proved that you can't willingly give up anything in life. So, I'm waiting for my toddler to get it, and once he gets it, my whole family, anybody I worry about in my life is protected. And if you want choked to death on a vaccine or something that down the road could kill you, because we don't know what this thing can do. If this thing, is like it's a long-term effect, or if it was generated in a science lab, and I don't know. Can we take that chance that this thing was a man-made virus, and we found a way to counteract it? Why wouldn't you take that chance and just get the vaccine? Because, I don't know. Maybe it's nothing, but maybe it is. And maybe China started this. Sure, we can go on that. Hit China. Go after those people if that makes you feel better. And we can say they started a virus to kill off the majority of people against them, which is Americans. And they knew how we would react to this. They realized that we were going to say, oh, the fucking Chinese. And we were going to say, I'm not getting that vaccine. It's all whatever. And they know. Even if they didn't know, they know now. So the next virus, they know exactly how it's going to hit. They know who's not going to get it. So we've now been vaccinated to where we can fight this off. And those that haven't are going to die. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. You know what? I'm not doing research because I don't have to. I'm going to follow science. I'm going to if they tell me I got to get a vaccine to counteract this, I'll do it. Because I know through my life experiences with my other vaccines, it doesn't hurt nothing to get a vaccine. It's just a dead virus. It's just a dead something that exposes your body to something that's going on. It's not a live virus. mRNA, I get it. It's a programmed virus and actually mRNA is better than what we've got in the past. This one actually specifically focuses on this virus. So it's not just a blank virus that just helps us. This one's going for a specific thing. And people that have been vaccinated, yeah, they can get COVID, but when they get it, it dies within them. They don't pass it on, and they don't get horribly deathly ill from it. They don't get the asthma effects. They don't get the heart defects. Anybody that gets these effects are the ones that already had them going, because COVID is something that it enhances what you already got going or what you don't know you even have. So if you have Alzheimer's or you have a heart disease or you have anything going on, it enhances those. This virus is evil. And I'm not going to say it's not man-made. I mean, there's very good chances this is a man-made virus. Anybody that made this virus, they weren't never intended for it to get out. It just got out. And that's all there is to it. It is something it released. We're always working on viruses that we're trying to counteract something that might happen someday. This is that thing that got out that may never have happened someday, but it got out, and now we're dealing with it. So why wouldn't you get a vaccine if we have one? So I mean, if the vaccine doesn't work, whatever, it's a hoax. Worst case scenario, you just don't take it no more. If it's something like you got to get every year shot, I'm with you. I don't plan on getting an every year vaccine shot. I was not one of those guys that ever got a regular flu shot. No. So why would I? Everybody else is doing it for me. I'm not going to do it. This is going to be one of those things. So this is just one that got out that wasn't supposed to get out. And it happens. I mean, you're a scientist. You're working all night long. You're busting your ass. It's like you're trying to do a good thing for the world, and you just had a long night. And there was a one time you didn't do something just right, and you walked out and you went and got some fish from the market and you went home and cooked it. It's like you didn't know you were going to spread something that night, but it happened. So I don't know. You can take that road where you can say this is man-made, this is a hoax, this is government plot, whatever, but I just don't think that the whole world, the government, would do what they're doing right now if it wasn't serious. I mean, as an adult, we can make our own decisions, we can do what we want to do, but we got to think about our kids. It comes down to our children. They don't get the decisions. They don't have the free will to go do what they want, get a shot, do what they want. It's up to us. And that's the scary part. And you just can't just decide that, it's a hoax. You can't decide that everybody's lying to you. It's media, it's lying to you. It's like, at some point, we got to believe somebody. And I don't know, man. It's like, what are you going to do? Are you just going to decide, it's like, what if we're wrong? What is the chance you're wrong? And your kid is sick because you decided, what if you decided that what you thought was right was actually wrong? And your child is sitting there suffering because of the choice you made. I mean, that's as a parent, that's scary. That is the scariest thing in the world, knowing that you let your child down. You could have taken the precautions that you're aware of, but you didn't because of your own beliefs. And I mean, I'm not, like, my wife is like, she's super, super COVID scared. And it's like, and I'm not. I mean, I could go either way. It's like if the whole world decided that this was a big hoax and it was over with, I could go with it. But when it's your kids' lives, it's your kids' lives. This is their forever. I mean, we don't know. We just don't know. This is new. If it's something that got out of a lab and we don't know how to fix it, do you want to be responsible for your kids having asthma or any other, I mean, really anything? Do you want to be responsible for anything your kids could develop because you didn't want to care? I mean, I just can't do it. I can't. If I can prevent my kids from ever suffering from anything, I will do that. I will protect my kids from anything in their life. I don't care if they think I'm overreacting. If I say don't anything, if I say don't go at night, don't go to this neighborhood, don't go do nothing, don't talk to this person, I might be overreacting. But I know that for even a second of their life, I protected them. I protected them from 1 second of hurt. And I just can't make a decision based on my beliefs to not be worried about COVID or whatever variant might come out because other people didn't care. It's like, I gotta say to them, it's like, I don't know. It's our jobs as parents to use what we've learned in our time alive to educate them. It really is. And we can't just tell our kids to disregard science. That is the stupidest thing you could ever tell your children. I get it. People want to just be done. They want their normal back. They want to say Fauci's a liar. They want to say whatever. They want everything. These scientists have no reason to lie. I mean, yeah, you could say their life is science. You could say doctors, why would doctors say you're perfectly healthy when they can make money when you're sick? Yeah, there's that, but what are you going to do with that? This is our children we're talking about. If you want to do what you want to do, that's fine, but this is your child. I personally don't want to see my child. I don't want to see my child choking and suffering in a hospital when it's something I could have easily prevented by listening. You know what? Have your political beliefs. Do what you want to do, but do not. You cannot hurt your child in the process of this. They are your future. They are free thinkers. They are better than we ever were at their age. The kids, they're at a different stage than we were at their age. They have different technology. I mean, I'm guilty of this. I mean, I'm telling my daughter all the time to get off her tablet, get off the internet. This is not your life. This is not important. But you know what? It is important. This is their life. This is what they depend on because they need the knowledge. They have the knowledge we didn't have. And they are smarter people because of this. And if we had it, we'd be different. And our lives were awesome. I mean, I grew up with Nintendo. I grew up with Atari. I grew up with playing at the park with my friends. I grew up building tree houses, stuff like that. It's like that was our life. This is not their life. This is not what they do. We can try to instill it on them, and it doesn't matter. It's a technology world, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Our kids are supposed to be better than us, and for this to happen, they got to think this way. That's why we have all these movements now, because they are being better than us. LGBTQ, all that bullshit. I don't know what it is. It's like, for me, it's like I say that bullshit. It's like Because for me, it's like I don't understand it. But I don't have to understand it. They do. It's their world. That's the new world. And I get it. There's a lot of sexualities out there. And I don't get a lot of them. I mean, there's man, woman, lesbian, gay. It's like, for me, that's my world. That's the variant of it all. But there's much more than that. But don't make your children pick what you want to pick. Because they are, whether you like it or not, they are better than we ever were. They are better people because of us, because of the technology, because of everything they've been hearing now. This is going to be a long episode because I'm going to be ranting about everything wrong in this society that wants to be normal. We have never not been in our normal, but everybody's trying to fight what's changing. We need the change. Our kids want to change. We're holding them back. And I get that. I do that all the time. I mean, I'm not going to change. I know where I'm at. We know where we're at. You know, us in our 40s, whatever. We're not going to change. But our kids are. They're the next future. They are the ones that are going to make us where we need to be. So let them do what they want. You know, don't tell your children not getting vaccinated. Don't tell them they can't do this and that. Ask them what they want to do. If your kids want to get vaccinated, take them down there and let them do it. You know, this is a choice in life that we never got to make. In our lives, our parents just got us vaccinated. We never got to choose. You have the option now to let them decide. Let them decide. What do they want to do? Don't tell them what they want to do. Don't tell them who their president is. Don't tell them who to vote for. Don't tell them nothing. Tell them exactly. Just tell them. It's like, or not even ask them. Ask them what they want. What do you want to do? I mean, our kids are so smart right now. I mean, they're smarter than ever we were. They're smarter than we are now. So, I don't know. I'm not going to edit any of this podcast. I'm letting it go. I'm hoping somebody listens to this because the way I like to think of myself as an unbiased person. I mean, politically, I go both ways. I was a Republican for the longest time, only because that's what my grandpa did. My grandpa was Republican forever, so that's what we did. And then I started varying off. It's like I started listening to politics. I started listening to the candidates. It's like, you know, you don't got to listen to like the parties are just parties. You don't got to listen to what they got to say. It's like, you know, do what's good for you and your family. You know, there's times where, you know, I voted for Bush. I love the Bush years, both of them, senior, junior, and then Obama. It's like I voted for Obama, then I voted for all of them. Clinton, then I voted for Trump, and then, you know, he was a huge disappointment. I don't regret it. You know, when I voted for him, I was going against Hillary. So she scared me. I didn't vote for her for a reason. So I don't feel bad about that. But I wish there was somebody else other than Trump to vote for, but there wasn't at the time. So that's who got my vote. And, you know, you got the independents, but, you know, that's like throwing away your vote. So don't throw that away. And next time around, I don't know who's gonna be I don't know who's gonna be in the candidate list next, because Biden's gonna be too damn old. We can't vote for him. And Kamala, I can't get on that train. It's like she's too I just can't. So I'm not going to be with her either. I'm really hoping someone's going to join the party there. If they don't, you know what? I may even run. You know what? I don't even care. Any one of us can run. It's all run for president. I don't care. I'll run for president. If y'all want to back me, I'm right there. I guarantee you, if you like Trump, you'll love me. So I'm a lot like him, just I'm a little more common sense. So maybe I'll do that. I got a lot of time yet to go here, and I got a serious bunch of flaws. So that apparently works. But anyways, I'm saying, just don't make your children pick what you pick. They are very intelligent people. Listen to what they got to say. You might be surprised. And COVID vaccine, I mean, I get it. I do get it if you don't want to get it. Now, if you say it's got a microchip in it, you're a fucking idiot. That is not. You're just a fucking idiot. Just don't even get in the conversation. But if you want to say it's untested, whatever, okay. So this is like a part 2 of my previous podcast. I stopped doing it before because I was interrupted, but that's probably a good thing. I've been able to watch a little bit of news and see some updates on things since I've last recorded. And so, Delta, I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing to be worried about. I don't know. Really, there's so many variants now, and that seems to be one that's affecting kids. And if you think for a second school systems are going to be shut down within the first month or two, you're deadly wrong. It's going to happen. Because now everything we neglected, all the kids and adolescents that we decided that were immune to this, that couldn't be affected by the virus, are now being affected. And we will start to see the effects of our negligence as parents, being able to protect our children from what we know is a bad thing, but we didn't want to change our lives. We want to be selfish and let them make selfish decisions. And that's on us. Our kids obviously are not going to make the right decision. They want their life they have. I mean, look at when you turn them off their phone or turn off Wi-Fi. They go fucking ballistic. So, yeah, it's up to us to help to basically make the right decision for them. And if you as an adult can't even comprehend the idea of cutting anything out of your life, like you're socially dependent to the point where you just can't. You can't even go to fucking Walmart and just get in and out. You gotta socialize with everybody because you think you're the most damn important person in the world. Because I guarantee you're not. Anybody in your life where you think gives a shit, you die today, they'll remember you for a week. And they will go on vacation. They'll go about their life. They don't care. So you got to think about you, yourself, and your children. Now, you've heard everything I've just said. My kids are well protected. Now, they have been, secluded from their friends. They've got to go, see their friends once in a while on occasion on controlled situations. And maybe it's overkill, maybe it's not. But I know in the end, I did everything I could. Now, there's a lot of people out there that didn't do a damn thing. They told their kids to hate the government, to fight science, to fight the whole system that at some point in their adult life, they're going to have to trust. Now, you set your kids up to a horrible, horrible existence where they can't enjoy a normal life. They have to distrust and not believe anything going on around them. That is not what we lived with. Why would you force that on them? But that's what you did, because your own selfish beliefs. You enjoyed everything in your life that you're telling them not to do. So that's unfair. And no one ever just asks their kids, what do you think about COVID? What do you want to do? And, maybe they have a really good answer. Maybe they are smarter than we were. Obviously, they're smarter than we are. But they don't want to disappoint us either. So if you say anything you say influences the rest of their life. If you say Trump is your God, because whether you want to fight or not, you people are saying basically that he can't do no wrong. Now, what is that telling your child? If they do any research, look into his background, see what he's become, you're saying that's okay for them. They can do exactly what he did. And I don't care what you say, whether you believe he's a great man, good president, whatever. He is not a good person. He does good things for people once in a while, but he's not a good person. He started out that way, but he was also destroyed by bad parenting. And he has it in him still. That's the problem. He has that in him, because no matter what you do to your kids, no matter what they did to him, you can never completely kill that in a kid. I mean, we're all the same way. We still have that innocence in us. It's just we've been beaten down enough where we think we can't do that no more. We can't let people see that side of us. And this is the part where I understand Trump. It's like, I get it. I know where he's come from. He wants the America he thinks is America because he's never had experience the bad parts of it. But he's also been told what the good parts are. And it's like, I've come a long way. I was right there. I mean, forever. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've gotten smarter with age, but guys like that, it's great. It's great to hold on to your way of life, but at what expense? Who are you hurting in the process to hold on to what you want? And how is it you hear all this being woke stuff, and anybody that says being woke's a bad thing, I don't understand that. How would you not want to be woke to what your government's doing or what the corporations are doing or realizing all the ways we've been misled? That's a good thing. You want to be woke. You don't want to hold that back and say, well, these woke people, they shouldn't be doing all this. Yes, that's exactly what they should be doing. We should be doing that. We should be happy that the corporations are willing to back us. All these people in places that used to be against us, trying to force us to think a certain way, are now realizing their wrongs. They're trying to make it right. Anybody that says that's not good is just basically trying to hold down humanity. We, as Americans, this country, we have the power to make our world. We don't have to conform to anybody. We can do whatever we want, whenever we want. If we want to make it a better world for everybody, we just do it. We can boycott a company. If they're doing something we don't want, we just stop buying their stuff. It's that easy. But there's people out there that just won't stop buying their stuff because all of a sudden that's their God-given right to buy, toilet paper. It's like, no, these companies could all shut down today, and guess what? You're wiping your ass with leaves. So there's no God-given right to anything we have. So God's not up there saying you get this and this and this. I mean, if you want to believe that, and fucking great. If you want to believe he's going to heal you, that's awesome. That's great to have hope, but you're going to fucking die. You need science. You need medicine. All this stuff, when it comes down to it, that you're saying now is evil, you will be praying to God you get the medicine when you're choking to death or dying. So I don't want to hear that, whatever, medicine and science is against everybody. Because in the end, you're going for it just like everybody else is. If you're not, just stop now. Turn off your phone, turn off your electricity, turn off every single thing. Because you don't get to pick and choose what devices get to track you. They're all tracking you. And that's our sacrifice. Whether it's good or bad, you're dealing with it. And you're choosing to be a bigot and say this and that and go on Facebook and bitch about technology and tracking. So, no, you're a dumbass. I get it. I know I'm being tracked. I know when I search for whatever online, if I search for, I don't know, fucking a gear for the truck, or if I'm looking at porn, it's like, that's being tracked. They know exactly what you did and when. They know you're listening to me right now and hearing this. They could come storm my door right now because I'm talking about this. They choose not to. And if it ever came down to where they wanted to, they know how to find me, just like they know how to find you. They've been doing it for decades, and don't think for a second that you're doing anything to hide, because they got you. Meant you paid your first bill in your any time in your life, you were tracked, and they had you. So you ever register a gun? They got you. It doesn't even matter if you stop now. You're already on the list. So just, if you want to get back to normal, just go back to normal, because the damages have been done. And I'm just tired of hearing people bitch. Y'all just bitch about stuff. I mean, I can sit there and tell you everything that's wrong with the world because the world is fucked up. And, I mean, we got places right now. I mean, you got Korea, Japan, all these places. I mean, they got real issues. Everybody across the ocean, they got real issues. Here we are bitching about don't get to use Snapchat at full capacity, or TikTok's restricting us. It's like, is that really our biggest problem in life? It's like, we're a selfish country, and that's why we need to change, because these are things we don't need to be focusing on. We're fighting other people's battles because we don't have our own battles. If we actually thought about it, what in our home front are we really dealing with? We're dealing with racism. We're dealing with bad cops, which I'm not hitting the cops. Cops do a phenomenal job. Without them, our whole society would come to an end. We have a few bad apples out there, and there's criminals out there that are making it look bad. But, a lot of these guys, white, black, whatever race you are, I mean, you fight the cops. I mean, I wouldn't be much different. I mean, that's my life. I want to go home to my family. I had a hard day. If you're going to sit there and fight me just to go down to the street and put your hands behind your back, I'm going to fight like hell to get you down to the street with your hands behind your back. You just got those ones that go farther than that. And that's the ones that are making it all look bad. So, but yeah, guns, I mean, this is random at this point because I'm just bitching now. Guns are not an issue. I don't believe guns are ever going to be a problem. People with the guns are the problem. Now, you have upset kids, teenagers. Why is that? Because their parents are telling them how to behave, what to think. And, when you're a teenager, you're figuring out just your own life. And now you got your parents telling you how society is, how they are, how they should be. And I'm guilty of this. I mean, I do the same to my kids. I tell them, well, don't do this, don't do this. I try to learn them from my experiences. And problem is, those are my experiences. I got to learn. We have to let our children learn. Now, if they put themselves in a dangerous situation, you gotta step up and say something. But if they're just making stupid, dumbass mistakes, or I don't know, anything, just step in for those. But if you see your kid's a loner, or if they're not participating in things they should be, whose fault is that? I mean, If they're in the room all day playing video games, who controls that? I'm pretty sure we do. You turn off the internet, I guarantee kids are going to eventually get bored. They are going to go outside. And I don't know. I mean, they're going to find something to do. And if you want to leave it up to them alone, they'll find something to do. It might not be constructive. It might not be legal. But if you want to be a good parent and help them, say, hey, internet's out today. You want to go fishing? They're probably going to say no, because anybody that plays internet, video games, that's fucking awesome. I mean, why would I want to do that versus fishing? But they might say, fine, whatever. You take them out there. I guarantee you, if they go fishing, even get a nibble or anything, they're going to have fun for whatever time it takes. They might not catch anything. They might not want to do it the next day. But, I don't know, for that hour or however long it takes, you at least introduced them. Now, maybe you're not a parent that fishes. Maybe you need to go fishing. It could be good for both of you. Or, I don't know, take up hunting, I know, then you bring in guns and weapons, but you show them how to use all this stuff. Any kid that is a hunter, I don't see many news reports where kids are hunters or their parents are hunters that shoot up places. Because it's just a different respect for guns and life. It's like, it just comes with the territory. And maybe that's not your thing. I mean, I don't know if they got aggression or maybe you got aggression. And you just guys both want to go out and just hash it out. Take them paintballing. Go to laser tag. It's like, there's so many avenues. It's like, I get it. People live in the city, maybe don't enjoy country living. You don't get to go kayaking or boating. There's got to be something. These kids, their minds are young. They're looking to expand and introduce them to stuff. Art. If you see them doing anything, whatever you see them doing, expose them to those in life away from digital life. If you see them doing video games, I don't know, buy them a comic book. Introduce them to art. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they'll take on something outside of that could just stimulate their mind and occupy their heads a little bit. So I'm just throwing ideas out there. I'm not a therapist. I'm not super dad of the year. I've definitely screwed up my kids in special ways. I'm just trying to learn on the same side here. So I'm just throwing it out there. But I'm going to stop pretty soon here because this is for one of my podcasts pretty long. And I was talked into it. I went online, talked to a few people. They say don't scrap it, let it out there. Maybe somebody will learn from it. I don't know. I'm just saying, you're allowed to have your political beliefs. You're allowed to have your racist beliefs. You're allowed to have whatever you want. That's part of why our country is our country. It's just certain things. If you want to be racist, you gotta hone it in. I'm sure I've got racist tendencies. I'm all white, raised in, I'm sure it's somewhat racist family. We've had our jokes and stuff, but I know what's right and wrong. I'm not going to go out there and beat down an Asian or belittle a black person because they're black. It's like, no, they're human beings. It's like, some things are funny because they're funny, but they're not at the same time. So if you got to do it, you got to do it. But don't, I don't know, man. Don't make your kids believe your feelings. If your kids seem bothered when you say stuff, it's probably affecting them. And if they step up and start repeating what you say, step back and look at what you just taught your kid. Now, your beliefs are your beliefs, whatever they are. But they're learning from us, and if they're copying what you say, that's not their thoughts, their feelings. Give them time to develop those. And if they develop the same way of thinking, I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, hopefully over time and age, they'll come around, but we got to bring our normal back, people. Not just our normal. We got to bring our normal plus a little better. And that's us. Our kids are listening to us. They're watching our shows. They're listening to our music. That's why our stuff keeps making comebacks. That's why we keep having reunion shows. Because it's affecting everything. I mean, they're not getting the same music, same TV shows we had. They're not getting, we had family shows, whether they were right or wrong. They were family shows. And when's the last time you've seen anything for family? It's hard to come by unless it's remakes of our shows. So this could be on us. It's on us to make a better future. I know, it's cliche. Make a better future for our kids. And here's where it's at. Our parents were supposed to make better futures for their kids. Did they? I don't really think so. I think we're suffering now because of our parents. Our way of thinking right now is because our parents built that into our system. And we're just now coming around. When you're in your 40s, 50s, and you're rethinking the way you think, it's already too late. You've already taught your children. So the best we can hope for is our kids can reprogram sooner than we did. So, back to the vaccine, whatever. Do it if you can. If you're that strong, I'm gonna tell you, if you medically feel something's wrong with it, that's a good way to go. But don't do it because you think there's a microchip or, just any stupid reason. If you think you're gonna cause your kid mental harm or, a real scientific reason, like you can back it up. You can say, there's this. That's fine. If you have a politician telling you not to do it because of other reasons, or somebody with no scientific background, or the lady down the road says spaceships can track you, or whatever stupid fucking reason, that's not the reason. I mean, this is your children. Look into it, do research. I can totally condone someone looking into it and saying, yeah, they did this research in France and it might cause sterility, or they're looking at it might cause autism. And those are good reasons. If you have scientific backup that could maybe show something. Now, if you have where we have 100 people where their kids had heart defects, it's like from the vaccine. That is not total, really definite science. Because if you're looking at COVID when hundreds of thousands are sick and dying, and you want to look at 100 people that are getting affected by the vaccine, you can't pick one set of numbers and say that's not a thing, and then say this set of numbers is a thing, just because it fits what you want to do, just because you don't want to do the vaccine or whatever, be a sheep. But as far as I can tell, there's far more sheep not doing something than doing something. So what's the real herd here? And just trust science. I get it. They're not all there. And there's certain doctors, sure. I mean, I'm one of them. I don't believe all doctors. I think if they told everybody they were healthy and they didn't have to come visit them, they would make no money. But these scientists that make the vaccines and build this stuff, they don't have to. They get paid either way, so they don't have to deal with this. I mean, they can just sit and do nothing the rest of their lives. They're still getting their paycheck. So I don't know. if you want to believe that versus a politician that doesn't give a shit, he just wants to be popular or whatever she wants to be popular, that's your call. I mean, politicians are politicians. They only know what they're told. They know what they know. So they don't know everything. They're told what we're told. So you can't trust them. You can't trust, you can trust overall, you can trust the government. Because in the end, they still want America to be the world power. They still want us to be on top. So to think that anybody in the government is trying to knock us down or any way, there's no benefit to that. If America goes under, we're done. Everything is done. They're not going to just throw us under the bus here. So we just deal with the political party we have. We work with it. That's why we have elections. It's like, so we can change it. And if it doesn't change in our favor, we just wait till the next time. It's like any job anybody's ever worked. You get a new manager. You don't like him. He's a dumbass. You can complain to the boss all day long. Nothing's going to happen until he does something or she does something to piss off the boss or prove that they can't do their job. Then they're out. We get somebody new. But you can't force a situation where if the higher ups are happy, everybody's happy. And I don't know. My normal is just going about my daily life, hanging out with my kids, doing my job. Now, if you want to fight the government, fight the system, overthrow it, storm the Capitol, you see where I'm going with this, that's not normal. If that's your normal, that's fine. I'm not going to live that way of life. You can do all that shit, be on the news all you want. I don't care. While you're doing that, I'm having a campfire in my backyard drinking a beer. So who's having the normal here? You crazy bastards that think you're changing something, or me in the backyard having a beer? So I don't know. Listen to what I gotta say. Don't. Turn it off. Say something bad. I don't care. But that's where it is. I'm not even, you know what? I was going to go through, edit all this. I'll do a little bit of sound quality, but listen to it. I don't know, man. I got videos online. I got this. I got dumbass TikTok videos. I'm just living my life, enjoying what I got. I'm not going to live forever. None of us are. I'm just going to end it saying I got the vaccine. My kids got the vaccine. We're all healthy. We're actually better than we ever been. And there's some out there that just aren't tolerating it because other theories. I'll have other shows. I've had theory shows. I'll have another ones. But there's a reason people are getting sick from certain things. And that's all other stuff. So this is Rob. It's actually been fun talking at you. I'd love to get somebody on the show if you have something else to say to this, whether you disagree or not. I can go back and forth. We can fight back and forth if you want. In the end, I guarantee we'll be friends and we'll share a digital beer or whatever the hell it is you do nowadays. So, all right. Again, a lot of repeat here. Talking at you. I'm Rob. Check me out. TikTok, YouTube. Not much there, but check it out. I got a Facebook. I'll put it in all the links. If you want to bitch. So, there you go. Talking at you. Later.